How do you leave a great first impression when meeting someone of influence in the film and television industry? In a world where you only get one shot at a chance encounter with a big producer or director, how do you make a good, lasting impression without pitching yourself with your resume of work? Hi, I'm Nancy Nave. I've been a working actor in film and television for over 16 years, and I'm a career coach for actors. I teach all the things you won't learn in acting class.
Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want more content as a working actor in the film and television industry.
So here's the scenario. You're at a restaurant, a party, or some sort of social setting, and a friend introduces you to a person of influence in the industry. I get it. Your mind starts racing. How do I get this person to remember me? To see me as a valuable actor? To put me in their next production? To become their friend? It's only natural to have this anxiety overtake you when you have this opportunity. But this is the moment when you need to take a breath and view this encounter from the other person's perspective. From their point of view, they were just going out for the evening. They're not at work. This is their time to relax and laugh and socialize. And now you're standing in front of them. It can be normal to feel yourself freak out. If this is one of your idols, someone you've always wanted to work with, or someone you grew up watching. But you've got to remember that in this industry, we're all peers collaborating together to create a work of art. When you lower yourself to being their number one fan and start gushing over them, it can be a little embarrassing for them. Really, where is there left to go in the conversation but about them and their work? And the entire conversation is now one-sided. Then there's the reaction where you immediately launch into your resume of credits and list out the people that you've worked with, desperately trying to impress upon them your worth and value. Both reactions are off-putting and unattractive. If this person has been in the industry for some time, they've just entered into one of the most boring conversations to have. Here's something to understand about the industry that most actors forget. When you cast actors for TV shows or film projects that go on for weeks or months or maybe even years, producers want to make sure that you're likable. They're going to spend a lot of time with you in these productions. Before they care about you as an actor, they want to make sure that they're going to like working with you. If you come off as obnoxious, needy, judgmental, negative, or difficult, they're not going to care how good of an actor you really are. There's always another actor who can do the job. The best thing that you can always do in this type of encounter is just to be yourself. Stay engaged in the conversation and ask questions out of genuine curiosity and add your informed opinion where possible. Don't pander or flatter this person. It comes off as icky and small. Don't inflate your accomplishments since they can easily verify it on the spot. This is really a small industry of people. And when you get to a certain level in this industry, everyone knows everyone. So while you're throwing out famous names of people that you've worked with on set, they might actually be best friends with them. It gets a little tiring when actors throw their resume at you and boast about people that they've worked with. And they may not do it in front of you, but these executives are rolling their eyes back in their heads. Here's another desperate actor. If you have the opportunity to meet someone like, Greta Gerwig or Steven Spielberg, yes, of course, let them know that you love their movies, specifically, and then insert favorite movie here. But then move on to topics that have nothing to do with their movies. This isn't an interview. This is a social conversation. Actually listen to where the conversation might flow outside of industry talk. If they mention the place they grew up, then ask them to share more about that. If they talk about a sport they love or their favorite music, find something in there that you have in common. Contribute to the conversation or share your perspective or stories. When you're just talking and laughing and sharing a moment together, this is how you become memorable. Of course, somewhere in the conversation, you share that you are an actor, but that's not the only thing that you are. Once you've gotten to know each other as people and they know that you're an actor, then they might be curious enough to know what kind of skill you have. Let them drive that part of the conversation. If it's their idea to talk shop, then by all means, let it flow. But don't be the guy who can only talk about the industry and themselves. It's really boring. And usually the more you talk about yourself, the more people dislike you. It's a prevalent theory that the more you let someone talk about themselves in your conversation, the more they like you. Be that person at the party that they talked to who actually had something interesting to share. In a business of sales, There's a saying, make a friend before you make a sale. That goes for this industry as well. If all you are is a walking resume with celebrity names on the tip of your tongue, they'll have forgotten you the moment they walk away. But if you were the guy who told them about the time you went surfing and fell into the water and had an encounter with a sea lion or a shark, or the girl who drove her car into the lake the time she was learning to drive, or the guy who had to jump the fence to get away from a dog after dropping an Uber Eats order off, they're going to remember that more than the fact that you had a couple of lines in a movie with a famous person. Be memorable in a good, interesting way. If you ever run into them again, they'll remember that you were the person who fell through the ice while hiking and lived to tell about it. They've got to like you first before they're interested in your acting skills. No one likes a person who's constantly selling themselves. This is also true when one actor meets another actor. I found it pretty common that when I meet another actor, they tend to want to compare resumes. Don't be that actor. And definitely don't be that actor who goes on and on about how they're so busy in the industry and how they just can't take a breath to slow down. Learn to be humble. Learn to leave a bit of mystery about yourself. Don't be that actor who needs constant validation from others to feel important. Don't put all your value into your resume credits. If you're the actor who feels like they need to one-up every other actor, realize that you might be burning bridges for your own future. Many actors become producers and directors. It only takes one tiny little sore spot to be blacklisted in someone's mind. And here's the world that I've truly seen in the industry. I've found that most actors are humble and genuine. Most actors are eager to learn and collaborate together. Most actors just want to be included and be able to contribute their skills to a project. It's a delicate balance of sharing yourself with people in this industry. But if you lead with your heart and humility, I think you'll always be on the right side of the conversation. And if you're ever in doubt as to how to pursue a conversation with an industry professional, fall back on the concept of listening and asking genuine questions versus talking about yourself. If you're actually listening, you'll find that you never run out of questions and that you'll be able to contribute your thoughts to the conversation as well. Remember, you're not conducting an interview. You're making new friends through lively conversation. And if it feels appropriate to swap contact information, go for it. But if it feels too pushed or forced, it's okay to walk away from that conversation as a first encounter. This is a small industry and you'll probably meet again. Desperate is not attractive. Leave them wanting more. They should always have more questions for you. They should be curious as to what else does this person know? What other experiences have they had? If you've dumped your entire life story on them, then there's nothing for them left to know. Be mysterious. That might even lead to them asking you for your information. Hold a little back to create some future interest. And remember, there's little chance of networking from your couch. So make sure you get outside and be social. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more film industry content. Networking and socializing is a skill and it takes practice. Learn the art of conversation. Put yourself in situations where you'll meet new people. And in an industry where everyone knows each other, you might just be the person people are clamoring to meet next. Charisma and the art of conversation creates a person that people gravitate towards. Be focused on others when talking to people. It takes the pressure off of you. Have fun at your next social event and break a leg.